We're kind of live.
Yeah. In the
Gross.
gross.
Like that's
super
gross.
easy.
That's gross.
Lily gross.
We love it
You guys were live, but we're not going to be paying attention to
ourselves.
them because they are going to ask questions and they're usually perverted. So I'm sure they're not going to be today, right, guys? But yeah, they will be.
So
And the dildo's right in the middle there.
it's perfect.
This is not a dildo, by the way. This is Pep Pep Willie.
It's so funny.
It's not a. It's Pep Pep Willie.
It is handmade.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it over
It's a
here.
handmade.
I was gifted this
Those
by the
eyes,
people
too,
who
marvelous.
I know, and the googly eyes.
Yes.
But I was gifted this by Dirty Diana.
Oh my God.
Anywho,
Okay, so you can hold it out of here. Just 2 fingers away is the best. And if you move to talk to someone, just move it with you.
Okay.
We'll record for about 40 minutes. We'll try to get you out by 7:40. Is that
Okay.
what time you wanted to get out? 7:30.
7:40 is fine.
All right. Well.
We're going to Burbank, and the later you go, the better it off, right?
Okay. Cool.
oh yeah.
Yeah, she's headlining, so she's not.
She has some.
so
Big headliner.
exciting.
Oh no, it's not on this show. This is nothing to be bragging about.
I think anytime you're on stage is bragging.
Well, this one. Oh.
So, if there's anything at the end of the interview that you want us to remove, just let us know. I'll cut it out.
Okay. Oh, that's true.
Edit away.
Say anything we want to.
Say anything.
Oh, except for the fact
Oh,
that these YouTubers are watching.
Oh, never mind.
but we could take it out.
I'm only kidding.
Okay.
We'll be
YouTubers,
extremely
we're going to be
careful.
doing
Yeah.
being very careful.
Very
of
careful.
what we're saying.
Let's do a quick sound test. This is testing 1, 2, 3. Kim. All right, Lily.
Lily here testing. 1, 2, 3.
The key.
All right. First, Lily? What did you have for lunch today?
Oh, I had Indian buffet actually. That's what I had. Some butter
love-
chicken.
Oh my God.
Yummy.
The best.
Paneer,
Oh, never had to go for that tonight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're not going to stay out with us, but I want to eat.
Vicky, what did you have for lunch today?
Lewis made me a delicious tuna fish salad.
Oh.
Very nice.
Who is Lewis?
My favorite husband so far.
Everyone needs a favorite.
Mom, what did you have for lunch today?
Seriously, I believe a protein bar.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is not a good lunch.
I've not been a very healthy human today.
Well, you look great.
Yeah, so I was like, I had a protein bar and Indian buffet.
That's not even joking.
I did.
All right, I think we're off to the races. Vicky and Lily, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. We just cannot wait to talk about sex.
Our favorite subject too.
Is sex regularly on the table for you guys, or is this like a kind of taboo subject?
Definitely not taboo, but there's so many things we talk about because we are we're really, really close, and so I think it just comes up.
Lily lets torpedo sex comments out.
I do.
What does that
What is
mean?
Wait a second. First of all, how old is Lily? Just so I can get an
So I'm
idea.
26, and I've been married for 5 years. I was a child bride, so
I sold her. 13.
You got a good deal.
I did.
yes. So next, the torpedo comment.
Yeah. What
So
is
you'll just be rolling along and Lily will say, "Man, we have great sex."
Oh, so like a torpedo
No,
comes
just
out of
out
nowhere.
of nowhere, she'll say, "Yeah, he's really, he's got a lot of stamina, Mom." So that's the kind of thing.
I don't even like these.
Well, whatever.
I love that you guys are so open. And do you think it's because you aren't in like a long-term traditional marriage, the way Leave It to Beaver type of thing, where you just don't talk about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think it might be, because we've been on our own together, those 3 girls, we've been, so it's kind of like we are very close. And I remember I had this rule in the trailer, because, like a trailer, the walls are really thin, like paper.
I was going to ask about this.
Yeah, so they're very thin. So, and you could hear everything. And also, I just didn't want her sister, who's 8 years older, to have sex in the trailer.
Why?
Because I didn't want her to. She was in high school, and I just didn't want her to. I didn't want to hear it. So I always said no sex. And I didn't say you couldn't have it anywhere, because I knew she was responsible trailer, especially not with me and Lily in the trailer. So one night Lily and I were laying in. We would sleep. How was that going?
I'm so
You were
happy that I
laying in
don't
with me.
remember this story.
Sorry, you were laying in with me. Though you usually slept in your room, but you were laying in with me, and Emily had a date there, and he was in her room. And so our room, like literally, I built the wall myself. I personally built a wall. I made a one-bedroom trailer into a two-bedroom with steak knives. That's all I had for tools.
Oh,
Yes, yes. So this wall was like really a cardboard wall, basically, and it was like just paneling with no insulation, and you could hear everything between. So I started hearing this.
Oh,
That sounds like
boy.
a box
I'm like, oh no, you know,
It wasn't
I'm
a
like
cast
really,
iron.
and I'm just about to just pop my cork, and then Emily yells out, "It's the hamster!"
That's awesome.
That's convenient.
Was there a hamster?
There was a hamster.
It wasn't a hamster.
I think it was the hamster.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was after all that.
I
It was
do.
a hamster.
I do think it was the hamster. I mean, I do. I mean,
That's hilarious
Yeah.
that she didn't expect you
Yeah,
to know.
she could just know that just like at that very moment that I was about to come. She always read my mind. So that was. Yeah.
Do you also think? I imagine being stand-up, you're constant. Your humor can get raunchy. So,
You think?
I mean, does that open the dialogue between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, like Lily's very much more of like a lady. Like her language, and
She's
literally,
very pretty.
she's like, there's someday I always say her parents are gonna show up and take her away, and they're gonna drop me with my criminal child. I'm gonna have to send her back to Sweden where she belongs. Because look, I mean, just everything about her is like she's poised and she never cusses and she's kind and she's
Hey, but
patient.
she's a torpedo girl.
well, she'll throw it. Obviously she's having a
they
good time
build
with her
up and they
husband.
just they're like
Yeah.
whoa, because nothing's coming out for so long.
And like also, I mean, she did ask me. It was really cool when her first year of college, right before this winter break, she goes, "Mom, I'm coming home for winter break. Will you take me to Planned Parenthood?" I'm just so desperate to see her. I'll go to Planned Parenthood. And like 3 weeks, like before she left for college, we were driving down the street. I'll never forget this. And I'm listening to Pauly Shore talk at the Comedy Store all the time. And I said, "Okay, Lily, I'm going to tell you one thing I learned from Pauly Shore about sex." And she goes, "Ugh." But the next sentence that comes out of your mouth is not going to be helpful. Nothing about Pauly Shore and sex is going to help
You
me.
should not be
And I'm
sex
just-
educator.
So I'm just driving. And I go, 1, 2, 3. Okay, here it is, Lily. KY jelly, condom, KY jelly. We'll never discuss it again. And then when she came home and we went to Planned Parenthood, right in the, they have the recurring videos, it said, KY jelly,
Oh.
KY jelly. We fell on the ground laughing.
Wait,
It was just complete coincidence.
Yes.
Wow.
it was
We were dying.
two insane people.
When people
in
are
the
like,
middle of
"Why are
Planned
you rolling on the ground at Planned Parenthood?"
laughing so hard.
It's
That is
out of
hilarious.
control. And I'm thinking to myself, KY jelly sucks.
This episode brought to you by Maud. GetMaud.com. Get 15% off of your personal lubes. By
Oh,
going
yeah.
I'll
to
tell you a funny
GetMaud.com.
story about lubes if you want to hear it.
Oh, I love hearing this loops.
Yes.
Okay, so my friend Brenda, she has homes for Down syndrome women. Her daughter is Lily's best friend. So we met when they were in kindergarten. So she has 2 homes for Down syndrome women. They work in locations. Oh, well, whatever. I'm going to say this. I already got in enough trouble. So they work in these locations and they do work. They get paid.
Yeah.
The Down syndrome women. So one of the places they work
Are
is
they, I'm so confused. Are they people that are Down syndrome working in Down syndrome places?
no, they're working in different facilities in the community and they get paid. And they're coached and they have a really full and great life.
Gotcha.
So where a lot of the ladies that live at Brenda's work at Astroglide, which is in Vista.
Yeah,
No
our
way.
hometown pride.
Yes, and it's a gigantic, hugely successful company. And so Brenda told me, she goes, "You wouldn't believe how much money those people make." And the woman who owns it, her husband owns it, she will not discuss it. He was a NASA scientist. That's why it's called Astroglide. Because it was a docking lubricant for spaceships.
Whoa.
And of course she won't talk about it because that one night he came home and said, "Honey, you are a little dry. If this can take a rocket, maybe we can work this out." Obviously, she was the guinea pig. And so
That's
she's
crazy.
completely, yeah, but anyway.
That's a little known trivia fact there.
There
I
you go.
just don't know if I want that stuff that you put in a spaceship up my vagina.
Well,
It doesn't sound like
it's it's
very healthy.
they tested it. It's like I've been to the facility, funny enough, and it's very safe. It's all organic and stuff. I mean, because spaceships can only deal with organic materials apparently. No, I'm not sure about that. But it really is.
It sounds like a crash shit.
I mean, like, let's face it, it's safe. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't be here today. I can tell you that if it wasn't
Because did you have like?
I went there for the bulk vat. No, I mean, so
after the camera.
yes. So here's the thing. So this woman is so embarrassed about it. So I hear the story, and a week later, I'm on stage in San Juan Capistrano, 40 miles from our house, thinking I could completely tell the story. And after I get off stage and go outside, this woman comes up to me. She goes, "Oh my God. She's one of my best friends. She's gonna die." I go, "Oh, you won't. You will never tell this, please. I will never tell it again. Don't ever."
And here we are today.
Again, on the
broadcasting.
You did say you could edit on
We're
live.
gonna
You'd like me to edit it out.
I have some questions from the very beginning. So, how did you get into comedy? Were you always the class clown?
I was the fat little kid in school, so I was always making jokes before they could make jokes at me. So comedy was like a definite defense mechanism when I was a really little kid. So I was like 220 when I was 12, and I was teased mercilessly, and so that worked. And then when I got older, I just found that it was the only reason people ever wanted to be around me, if I could make them laugh. So I mean, it was always my ticket.
Yeah.
For anything.
It was always self-deprecating humor.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, sometimes not. Sometimes I would also be able to roast other people.
Yeah.
I became pretty good at that. Like gentle roast.
A gentle roast.
Yeah.
But you're not heavy now, and
No, I'm serious. But I'm not. Yeah. I mean,
no, but you're not.
I am. But
No, she's really not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, Mom, you're too
Okay,
thin for
all right,
your fat
all right.
jokes.
You keep thinking you're
You're too thin for your fat
No,
jokes.
and they always work.
You know what? I got to see you a few times on America's Got Talent, and I just think that everyone loves you. You're just so lovable. There's something about you that just I just want to hug you.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Me too.
And it's like I do really love people. I love being. I just love people. I
You're
mean,
like
I really
a
do.
puppy dog. You're like a King
She's so
Cavalier
nice.
Spaniel.
Oh, well, that's my favorite dog, and if I could afford one, I always do a joke about that right now. I don't want a dog that looks like me. I want a beautiful dog. I want that dog.
That is my favorite dog as well.
Cats too. You
So-
guys.
so
You should
pretty. Do you want to
adopt
one?
them together.
Yeah, we can have a black and white one.
Oh.
That sounds good to me. Okay, so growing up, did you teach her about sex? Did you learn from your mom about sex, or was that like?
No, I didn't learn about drinking. I didn't learn about sex. I didn't learn about anything about. I didn't know that you were supposed to moisturize your face after you wash it until I was like 23 years old.
I didn't know what you
I barely got.
This is what you didn't learn.
I-
all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I want words.
I feel
You
like
told
that's like normal things that
I
you
just
just tell your daughter
You're the one that told me.
about. I
Wait,
know.
I still don't know that.
Yeah,
You
and
should
I
always
never
moisturize.
told my daughter that. If it makes you feel better, Vicki,
I'm just
I've never told my
saying,
daughter I'm moisturizing her face.
very little.
We're not talking about was that. We're talking about sexual.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that
It's the same category.
generally
Self-care.
learning about what should be passed down from mother to daughter was not done. I'm sorry.
It was
not
okay.
No, it's
Was
true.
it like the reverse of that? Because I think me and my daughter, half the time she's like the mom and I'm the daughter. So I feel like a kinship towards you in
Yeah.
that respect. It's like almost like role reversal.
Yeah.
She told me like I went to the dressing room one time and she's like, "Mom, you look like I think she said a French whore, not just any whore. A French whore." I'm like, "What the hell?"
you.
Thank you. Exactly.
Well,
Take that as a
thank you.
compliment.
Yeah, so I mean, no, I never got any tips, but I definitely I grew up watching her stand up, and I remember being really young and being like, "This is funny," and not understanding any of the jokes. And then I grew up and I got the jokes, and they were funny, but they were uncomfortable. Yes.
What about all my comedian girlfriends who took care of you, and Matt Bragg who took care of you?
Oh, Matt Bragg.
Did Matt give you
He taught me
sex
how to be a
tips?
woman.
No,
No.
one of my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah.
Well, one of my favorite
That
comments.
sounds very
I
sexual.
was
Yeah,
calling
I
Matt.
did that wrong.
Matt Bragg, my favorite bag is what I always called him. And he would always come over and stay with Lily when I would go to LA. And when I'd come home, all the Barbies were, redone.
We would dye their hair. We would do their makeup.
Yeah, so I just wonder if Matt pass any
No,
tips on you.
nothing.
Just makeup.
Not yeah.
Well,
just-
how you're so put together now. You're obviously married, and you're well, got some brilliant career. I forgot what you just said.
I'm a biostatistician.
A biostatistician.
Yes, I design and analyze clinical trials.
Whoa.
Yes, for rare diseases in oncology.
Oh my goodness.
So cancer related.
Yes, I do
I
cancer.
was just
research.
curing cancer.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I really wanted her to be a plastic surgeon, but she was so selfish. She had to be going to cancer.
What is that all about?
Yeah.
What kind of ungrateful daughter do you have? But you're very different from your mom.
I am. You know, it's funny because there's three of us and my sister. I feel like she rounds us out perfectly because she's so much funnier than both of us. She's so
She's
funny,
the funniest
but
person
so
I've ever met.
mean. Like she'll tell my mom
Come
how
on.
not funny she is, or like if my mom has a joke that she wants to pass on. Emily's the ultimate like wall. Is this good or not? Because she will tell you, and I'm like, Mom, it's good.
Are you guys from the same, all the same marriage? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
We had,
several
no,
husbands.
they're just, I did, but the one that had the children, they're 8 years apart, was the same guy.
gotcha.
Yeah.
How many husbands did you have?
3.
That's
No, it's not too many.
it's not as
Lou
many.
ruined everything.
Lou,
Yeah.
Lou. I met Lou.
My current
Great
Oh,
guy.
your current
Yeah.
one.
I was on a roll.
He's
Where,
a sweetheart.
where did you meet Lou?
He's a piano player at the Comedy Store in La Jolla.
You know, I wanted to ask you, what is it, did you, going up to the stand-up ranks, did you have to, was sex on the table with other men or in the stand-up
Oh,
community or
you know
no?
what? I never got, like, I only got close to that one time. This one guy, he put me for a show in Las Vegas. He goes, "Don't bring Lou." And then we get there and he's like all over me. And I'm like, what? What are you talking? Are you kidding me?
Holy
No
shit.
way. I mean, it's a fucking Riviera. We stepped in for Riviera. We're talking,
Oh
I'm not
my
going to do
God.
anything for the
Oh,
Riviera.
I,
You should be at like the Cosmopolitan.
Well, okay, I don't get around. I usually hang out downtown.
The
But, you know,
Riviera sucks.
No, that's what I said. You got to be kidding. This is a dump of a room.
Sit
I'm not
downtown.
getting anything.
so, so there are two questions there. One was if anyone had propositioned you in order to get you
Did you have a Me Too experience?
different.
No, I think my Me Too is with the doorman at the Comedy Store.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. If I can grab a doorman's butt before I go on stage, I don't want to
Wait,
be
so you're the Me Too?
No way! You're doing it to him.
Well, I'm serious. I don't go beyond that.
That is
So clearly, when
hilarious.
you take the stage away from a comic, you're allowed to grab their butt. Nice set, like that. Or you're allowed to grab a doorman's butt. You're just allowed to. It's what I feel like I've paid for that. And now, and now, you know, now that is threatened.
This is
The Me Too
hilarious.
movement. The Me,
over.
it has. It's ruined a lot.
That is awesome. So then the second question was, have you ever hooked up with someone else that you were like another comedian and then you're like, oh, I got it. Now it's awkward.
Honestly, no. I was married and then I was really got with Lou, right?
Why do I feel
Oh, you
like I'm
lucked
much
out.
more of a whore than you? But when you're on stage, it sounds like you're very experienced.
No, well, I would have gotten around more, but Lou stopped it. I mean, I did not expect it. Lou and I just got together to have a good time.
When
and
was
then-
this?
It was like 15, 16 years ago. And we were just going to have a good time. And then all of a sudden, we just really were just crazy about each other. And it just was weird.
It's an awesome match.
Especially if you really knew Lou. You'd think that was really weird. But no, I mean, no, he's
I don't know. When I see you guys together, it's the cutest thing.
And he's so good to her.
Yeah.
He's so good to her.
Yeah.
So did you always like Lou?
No.
I don't think anybody likes
Yeah,
a new guy in town.
Yeah, it was a big transition because you know it was just the three of us and my sister and my mom and I
Oh,
were
yeah.
so close.
Did you ever see your biological father?
I did a lot growing up, but as we got older, less and less and less, and for lots and lots of reasons. But now Lou is just like he's the champion of my mom's heart, and like especially this process of America's Got Talent, it's so hard and there's so much stress. He's been a rock for sure, and
Yeah.
so now I'm like Team Lou. I need a shirt.
Yeah.
And also, like, you know, like, he really was a back off kind of stepdad, pretty much.
Yeah,
And he, you know, he really backed off. He gave us a lot of space. And so I think that we've been grateful for that. Cause
It's yeah, you should be, because I have the same situation with my boyfriend. He's dead. He wouldn't even come close to trying to be a parent to.
right.
So I mean, it's been a while, and now we was just
Natural.
so natural. Like it's weird to even think that there was a point I didn't like him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Can I jump back to the question a while ago about if someone gave you sex advice when you're
Right.
friends?
Of course.
I'm so sorry. It just came up to me. It's the most unlikely of people. So my mom has the most crazy people in her life. She has like comedians, she has hairstylists, and everyone coming in. But it was actually one of my mom's friends who's a stay-at-home mom. She's just like very normal. Cheryl Bartlett. Gave me
Right.
the only sex advice I've ever had.
Cheryl.
She just
You know Cheryl?
No, but it sounds like a great woman.
she's a wonderful mother, and she's just of all the people that could be. She told me that petting was always better.
Right.
She's like, for women, it's always better. She told me not to have sex before I got married. Just always pet. Pet is women.
She said if you
interesting.
Did I not say that yesterday? I like kissing better than having sex.
right,
Yeah.
the minute you have sex, then the foreplay it ends. I mean,
Yeah.
so Cheryl.
That was Lou though.
No,
Don't break
no,
my
he's
heart.
great. No, he's great. I'm not talking about that. For Lily, she'll kill herself.
No.
Are those windows open? Because she will jump.
I legitimately just don't believe that you have anything after petting. Like, but not for my own heart, but like legitimately. Like, I don't think you do. Like, I'm not sure.
She does.
Maybe it's something we
I'm
should
gonna
talk
take a
about.
wild guess and say what she does with that.
Maybe
little-
it is for myself. I'm not sure. What about me? I'm just kidding. Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't have Lou around unless that. He would be gone. He's around for one reason. I can take out my own trash.
Well, my favorite story is the first time my mom saw my husband's penis.
What?
Yes.
That is a great story.
Yes. Oh God.
Oh,
Mhm.
Wait, what? When did
What?
that happen?
So,
oh, the first time.
Yeah.
oh,
the first time.
There's
First
many times.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, no,
You
I saw
have-
it naked in the house.
oh yes, I can remember that.
I
Yes.
can see that that's a new one for us.
Yeah, usually we ask a different question related to that. This is good.
So I were on vacation together, just the two of us, and my husband and I decided to try sexting for the first time. And we were in a bit of a time zone lapse, so I went to sleep, normal my time, and then so he sent the picture of his junk to me, and I didn't get it to the following morning.
You say it so eloquently.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
Picture of his junk.
Yes, because that's what it, So he sent it to me, and I didn't get it till next morning. And so I get a buzz the next morning, and I say, "Mom, can you get my phone?"
Oh.
And so my mom grabs my phone. I'm in the other room, and I hear, "Penis! Penis! Penis!" And so I think she's playing the penis game, because that's a game that we used to play. Like who can yell the penis louder in a public
Oh,
place.
yeah.
So it's a great game.
Yes, it is a great
You
game.
go
It's
to a
fun.
public place,
Yeah.
and you try to see
We should do it right now.
Well,
Right now.
now it's very. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do it downstairs before we leave. We could go do
Okay,
it.
you know what?
We
We're in
should.
such a crazy
And
place.
you know
that
people
would not be
No, it's not. That's true. You're right.
That would be very typical.
Wait, we
here.
went in a nicer, like a nice McDonald's.
So she starts yelling, "Penis! Penis!" So I start yelling back at her, "Penis! Penis! Penis!" And then she comes in, grabs my phone, and I was like, "We're not playing the game, are we?"
Oh my God! Did you know that? It was
I figured it was like,
What if it was like?
Yeah.
For me, that happens every morning. It ain't my boyfriend.
A new
Oh
every
my
morning.
God.
Awesome. Of course it would. Yeah.
Well, of course.
Lily said I got my first one on Instagram the other day.
She did, because I was looking through her Instagram, and she got her first dick pic.
Wow.
And she goes, nah, it's not even worth showing.
I didn't say it.
She's like, about a big one.
Uh,
I never see a big one.
Oh God, you don't want to. I
You know
mean,
what? That's what
seriously.
everyone says who has been with a big guy. That's just the thing. I always feel like I'm gonna be in a nursing home. I'm like 95 years old. I'm in a nursing home. This guy's gonna come up to me, "Want to have sex?" And we're like, okay. He's gonna take his robe off, and it's gonna be a biggest monster schlong. It's gonna be 2 feet long, thick, gigantic. He's gonna ram it into me. It's gonna be the best sex ever, and then I'm gonna die. That's how it's gonna be.
That's how the end.
I have never figured out my end, but that was not on my list.
That is
Well,
hilarious.
I just mean that, because you always meet the boy on the last day of your holiday.
You've never.
Yes.
Never, even never. I
Oh.
slept out in the hallway once to see my friend, Footlong Frank. I slept with my head in the hallway all night waiting for him to go to the bathroom so I'd see it.
No way.
I did, and I saw it.
What hallway is it?
Huge. The hallway, Kathy's, they were in medical school back then, and he was in medical, there's 3 or 4 people living in this place in Claremont. So I was just enough. I'm going to see it. So I was sleeping on the floor in the living room anyway, so I just stuck it way out, and I knew that he'd go to the bathroom eventually, and he did, and I saw it.
I
No
bet if you
way.
had asked him, he would have gladly
Sure he would have.
Wait, was it a foot long flat suit?
It was huge. I know he was on the way to the bathroom, I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
So they went-
it's such a, to me, it's like, because I've been with ones that are big belly, and it's not comfortable.
It's because you're so little.
No,
Why do
it's
the little
not just
women
so
get? I can fit an aircraft carrier here. It's just how it is.
I love that.
It's the truth.
I can see the men with the flags waving it in.
Yeah. No, that's the problem.
That is not
That's the
the case.
ultimate little girl story. I heard it from all my little friends.
My leg is so hard.
No, I just gotta tell you something. That is not true at all. This guy, 9 pounds when he was born. Okay.
Okay.
I was
That's
okay.
a bowling
Okay,
ball that came
okay,
out of me,
all right.
and that's like that whole like how tall you are, baby size is all a bunch of bullshit.
All right.
Your vagina size is just not necessarily correlating to your stature or weight or anything like that.
So you're not missing out.
You're not missing out on big things. And we've had people write into us saying, "What do I do? My dick is so big it hurts my girlfriend." I know someone who put a girl in the hospital. She was bleeding. She had to go to the hospital.
Oh my.
Yeah. Do you guys have any? What is your
Well,
worst
then.
sex story? Do you have a story like that or no?
I know Vicki does. There's no way she doesn't.
Oh, yeah, I got one. So it
I
was,
got one.
I got one. It's the first one that comes to my head. So we were on our honeymoon, and
Wait, it's with your husband?
it was with my husband.
Vicky, do you know this story or no?
No, but my worst sex story is one of my honeymoons too.
Oh wow.
Amazing.
God, that's so bizarre.
So we actually waited for marriage, and so I think that's why I was a child bride. So I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's go. I'm ready to go.
You
Let's
waited
go.
for marriage and you came out of her?
I did.
Wow.
And
Yeah, not her real mother.
I was like 4 days 22. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get married. I want to have sex now.
It's time.
Why did you want to not have sex before marriage?
It's probably my faith. It's like it was just something, a personal choice that I wanted, and so I got super glad I did it, and I'm proud of myself. But so it was on our honeymoon, so we had waited, and so we were just like insane. Like we got married, and then the next 45 hours were insane.
Did he also wait to marriage?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Wow.
He did fully. I didn't fully, but he did.
Oh,
fully.
you did everything else.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so we were at the LA airport. So we got married in Santa Barbara, drove down 4 hours to LA to get on a plane to go to the Bahamas, and we were like, let's go into a family bathroom and do it.
Oh
And
my god.
So we go into a family bathroom and have sex, and we forgot to lock the door. Our entire family walks in on us doing it doggy style in a bathroom in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Is that constituted by a high club?
Yes.
That is wild.
Yeah, so we were
What did they
seven of
say?
them.
7.
Oh, the best part is what they said. I'm so glad you asked that because it was the old grandmother. She went, "Oh no!" She covers her eyes. And so now me and my husband or whatever we want to. That's our signal if we want to have sex with each other. We say, "Oh no!"
That's awesome.
So,
Oh my
Was this your virginity story, or was this?
no, this was. No, it's
No.
not. No, it's his.
She said everything but.
Okay, no. So I had sex before I met Mike, but
Oh.
with him we decided to wait.
Oh, I
Got
didn't
it,
get
got
that
it,
either.
got it.
I didn't
Sorry.
get that
I was not very about it, but there we go.
That was my next question. You and blah blah didn't do it?
No, we
Yeah.
did. So we did, but I guess I'm like a born again Christian in a sense. But
You were born again after.
right, and so
Alright,
Mike, and
okay.
so but I was Mike's first. We did do it in like the hotel room first, so it wasn't he didn't like lose his virginity in
That's
that
what
LA
she said
stuff.
45
Yes.
times or something.
Yeah. So
Oh, I see.
but yeah, so that
That's unbelievable.
yeah, I know that
That's
it was.
But that's
Phenomenal
actually
story.
it's not a horror story. That sounds kind of exciting.
You know, maybe if it wasn't for the grandmother, if she wasn't there,
Yeah.
that
I, of
that's
course,
the
think it's exciting.
best
That sounds sounds fun.
We did too.
Sounds
You know, we're
memorable.
like, we're gonna do it in the bathroom.
Did it end quickly thereafter, or did you continue onward?
Oh, we totally finished.
Oh my
God.
God!
Children
They
running
just closed the door. And so, I mean, this poor guy had waited like 25 years from me. I mean,
Yeah,
God, he earned that.
I mean, I'm amazed that I and this might be a lot of sharing about him, but the fact that he was able to last that long after
This is
having waited
kind of-
20 hour years.
Yes. So my husband was a. This might help. This might help understand. He was a very, very fat guy. He weighed like up like he lost 115 pounds and then like met me. And so I think he didn't have the opportunity to be tempted.
No, that's not what Ken was asking.
Oh, to not have sex?
Well, I was thinking that
I'm so sorry.
the first time having sex, usually either the guy is too nervous to get it up, or it just he pops off immediately.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand the question. No, it would be the latter. They just immediately right after our wedding.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right.
Sorry about that.
So that's why I'm surprised that he was able to even last that long, that they were able to open the door and close it, and he still
But
goes.
This was
they
like
had
the
their
12th
40
time. Yeah.
Right.
I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
I know.
I'm a terrible storyteller.
She did
No,
not
no, I
sound
got
funny.
I should have not.
She said I do. She fucked 45 minutes
Yes, you should have.
intervals,
Yes.
25 times.
Remember we were a little late to the reception? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's when it wasn't a problem. It was like, bam.
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I still think it's an awesome story. Now,
Vicki, is it awkward for you to hear that story, or is
No.
it, at this point?
No, I was like you. I'm like, you're kidding me. So I'm thinking all these guys she was with. I'm like, you didn't do that. You were gone for a weekend. You didn't do that. But I thought, a lot of my mother's side of the family is Catholic, and those, they none of them had sex when my generation until they were married. But they would, get to have sex in the ear,
In the
nose,
ear.
right?
So when I say everything but, I feel like you better clarify. I did not have ear sex. That didn't happen.
yeah, but everything that you beat us all in that never ever.
It's
Never
phenomenal.
have.
Never ever had sex in my armpit, in my belly button. Vicki, did you have like a really bad sex? Because I like that story. Really. I think it was a great story.
I love that story. That's funny. That's
I'm
just a
talking
great story.
about the kind of sex that you're like, ew.
Well, for me, that happened. It was a honeymoon story too. It was my first husband. I was really sheltered by my mother. Was pretty much. I came by it naturally. All my mother told me my entire life was, men only want to have sex with you, and don't ever have sex with a man, no matter what. And like even when I was like 16, this boy liked me, and I got under a couch. I fully got under a couch. And literally, there's only a few inches of clearance, and I held the couch up till he left. I was so afraid of boys.
She scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, so yes, completely. And so when I got married, I had very little experience the first time. And literally, I had a couple other boyfriends too. And this guy I wanted to marry, I fell madly in love with him. And he was
Well, you were not a virgin.
no, I wasn't. I was not a virgin. He's like the fourth guy I was with. And I was raped once. That counts for something.
Whoa.
Oh man, you just throw that in.
Yeah, I just threw that in. But that was probably the worst. But the
I
second
would think
worst.
that might be the worst.
I'm pretty much done with the story.
Okay.
But then will tell you that I just put this in my book. Trailer Park Trophy Wife. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Anyway,
I'm not ready to get a hold of that one.
So it was because I was so sheltered, and back then, this was like 35 years ago. He kept telling me he wanted to give me a beautiful gift for a wedding gift, a beautiful gift for the wedding gift. I couldn't wait. What is it going to be? And so my uncle gave us an RV to use because he was an RV dealer, this beautiful RV to take up the coast, and we're this beautiful beach and outside of Santa Barbara, and the wind is blowing, and it was so beautiful. And he was, I think I'll give you your wedding gift. I'm like, awesome! Give it to me! Hold my hand out, It's anal sex. That was my gift. But I had never even heard of anal sex. I didn't even know what it was. I'm like, no, I don't want that gift. I want something else, like in a box.
Like a box worth a lot of money.
That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
So then he tries to give it to me, and I'll let him give it a little bit. I'm like, no, I'm taking it back. And so the rest of
Take it back for a return.
Yeah,
Returns.
yeah. So then I went to and I slept all night in the front seat of the RV, and yeah, that was funny.
That was weird.
And now it's not weird at all to the
That's so
world.
sad.
No,
It's
no,
like,
it's-
No,
Everyone
that
does
was like
it.
the most popular
It's
thing
normal
ever.
thing.
that doesn't even make me like, it makes me like sad for you. That like, 'cause my mom is my heart, and I like love her so much. I'm like, I can imagine you thinking for so long you're getting this gift and then just being so broken. I'm sorry, buzzkill, but Mom, I'm sorry.
But it's also
Oh.
guys think like they've got the golden not you can.
Literally golden dick
But they
was just sitting on
everywhere.
the table.
Guys think like, oh, I'm gonna give it to her. You know, you hear that shit.
Yeah.
Like they like literally like, oh, I'm gonna give you some dick. Well, who the hell wants your dick? You know, what the hell is that all about?
Right.
You got a golden dick? What the hell?
No one wants it.
No one wants that shit.
Was there ever a discussion about vibrators?
Well, my mother gave us all vibrators one Christmas.
Like, your
Everybody.
mom was like this conservative
Oh,
Catholic.
she really thought they were back.
No, she
didn't.
No.
Yes, she did. And we
Yes.
the whole she got us
Like a
all
tattoo?
these mammoth. They they say things. They say back. Well, a lot of them say back massagers. So these said back massagers, but they're clearly gigantic dildo. And so she gave it to all of us. So there was Emily, Lily, Lou, their dad, my brother, Mark, my ex-husband.
Oh man.
So she got Yvonne's, they were on sale in Lawns. So she had a whole truckload of these things. And so under the Christmas tree, we're all just like fucking looking at them. And I made a long joke about it forever called, it was like everyone walking around going, like we're playing Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna call? And then like after we were under the tree, and I said, that just looks like a big old tree full of vaginal chaos. And so we just called it vaginal chaos forever.
That was the
Yeah,
best
it's
cast
hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell her, hey, this is not a freaking backstretcher?
No, nobody ever told her. And then one time, Timmy, my little grandson, we had when Lou lived at the trailer, he built a little room behind the trailer, and he lived there as a grand piano on the bed and a mic stand because he would record down there. And so little Timmy, he was 3-4 years old, he would always come down there and sing on the microphone. Then one day, there was the vibrator down there. So he came up and we were having a party, and he's walking around the party singing, hey! And then we're,
And actually, that is so funny. It reminds me of one of my friends tell me a story very similar that her son was like 12 or whatever, found her vibrator, and she walked in his bedroom, and he's like going like this, and he thinks it's like a back massager. And she's like, what are you doing with that? What are you doing with that? And I guess he found it because she couldn't find it for a while. And it turned out that she had put it in her pocket, and it went through the laundry, and he must have somehow got it out of the laundry.
Oh,
And
no.
he's using it.
There it goes.
it's so funny. It's so funny.
Like mom and daughter, we didn't talk about vibrators very much, but one thing I very vividly and like loved growing up was we made so many penis cakes.
Yes, we did
We
make a lot
made
of
penis
cakes.
cakes all the time. It was like
No
my
way.
mom's friend's birthday, penis cake. Bachelor party, penis cake.
Yeah,
And
it's one of my specialties.
I have
You're
never
so one of your
made
specialties.
a penis cake.
They're real simple.
super easy.
The
Very
girls would be in
simple,
charge of the
Easy
cream
bake
filling.
oven. What
The
the
cream.
hell?
It's just like
Cream
We all had to have cream filling. Yeah, it was fun.
It's like 2
I
round
forgot
cakes and a
about all the
long
penis
cake.
movies,
And
yeah.
yeah, we should make
Penis
some
cakes.
more. We haven't done it in a
To make some
while. It's been
penis
a while.
Or Labor Day.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a fun time together. It's like a bonding time, a mother-daughter bonding
Yeah.
time.
What is the other perverted? Didn't Emily make a bunch of nasty Christmas cookies one year too?
She used to make those candy canes, and they all spread out way too far. This cookie bake, and it was just a huge penis.
Oh, she actually did make some dirty cookies once too. I forgot why.
Oh, so I just thought her candy cane things looked like
No,
penises?
they did look like penis.
Oh, I was like, that wasn't on purpose.
There was.
Same.
I made penis bread. Yeah, I lived in like a hippie commune. And
Did you
so,
really?
yeah, I made bread for the whole house in the shape of dick and balls.
Oh, that's so
And I didn't
Was
tell
it
anyone.
mold or like?
No, I made them with my own hands.
Wow.
Yeah, my own
That's
bare hands.
awesome. I did that
I did not know
crazy.
you were that
Yeah,
talented.
very good. Yeah.
Why don't you
were
tell them
doing
about that? What else went on in that hippie commune? Several drinks.
there was a punchline is
Ah.
basically basically they sort you into these houses at school, and so you could give them a list of preferences. This was the 25th preference out of 25 preferences for me to live in this house. And so I ended up there, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then the first email I get, like shortly thereafter, was an invitation saying, "Come together." And the subject was like, "To relieve the stress of finals, we're all coming together in room 201, and with the lights will be dim, CUM, and we'll just be enjoying ourselves." It was wild. I was like, "Oh, what have I gotten myself into?"
Did you go?
I did not go. I wasn't living there at the time. It was like I found I was living there, and I was like, I was making myself feel better, self-soothing, and then I immediately found out I was invited to a circle jerk.
My dad, he played for Purdue, and they played in the Rose Bowl, and they went on to play for the Steelers, and he was like really, he looked a lot like Lily. He looks like a dude, Lily. He was like an Adonis of a guy. And so when he was at the Rose Bowl, they came down to me, and he always wanted to tell me the details. "No, we took to the Rose Bowl, we had an orgy. You want to hear about it?" I'm like, "No, I don't." Stars you know. I'm like, "No, I definitely don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about Rock Hudson taking you leaving behind, Daddy."
Oh
But
my
he just
God.
tell me about the Malibu orgy.
Yeah, I think it's a lot cooler in thought than actually in
I don't know.
practice.
He seemed to enjoy it very much.
Yeah,
But
well,
I was never gonna listen to that. No, not from Dad. Ugh.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to hear that
Your
either.
dad? I think maybe my mom could tell.
There is something. Do you feel? Is there an awkwardness hearing about her sex life, or is there awkwardness hearing about your
Not
daughter's
at this
sex
age, not at all. No.
Really?
I don't feel awkward.
Oh, really?
I don't feel awkward hearing
She's
it.
gonna start sharing like there's no
Oh, no.
tomorrow.
You're right. No, I could because I've been so chastised my whole life. You know, it's like immediately, even like the young comics around Lou and I. Stop it, Mom and Dad. I mean, nobody wants to hear us. Like everyone.
That is
They call you
hilarious.
mom and dad.
Pretty much. If we ever talk about
Well,
sex, so, no, stop.
And your aunt is kind of like.
Yeah, it is. But I
She
mean,
has a whole act about how like she's figured out how to control men by blowjobs, and so that's why I'm just like I'm fine with it, but I don't want to hear about like any
like
past that.
Yeah.
Like you know what I was thinking? Like I don't think I mind hearing about you and pleasure. Like you have as many orgasms as you can. Wait, I don't want to hear about Lou having any. Like
Right.
like no, not Lou. No.
Wait, do
no,
you
no,
kind
no,
of
no.
feel the same way?
I don't really like to imagine you experience having sex at all.
We don't. Don't worry. I never get.
Yeah. So, but I'm in the same boat that I in theory, I'm like, yes, you should be having pleasure. I want you to enjoy your life. I don't really want to hear about the nitty gritty.
You know what else though? I have to say, I find it quite boring. I remember when I was married to their dad. It was we never had sex. That's why they're 8 years apart. We only had sex on St. Patrick's Day.
That's why our birthdays are 2 days
That's why their
apart.
birthdays are
Literally only St.
Literally,
Patrick's
he was
Day.
just the most disgusting guy. He would come out of the bathroom and slap his urine off his dick and stick it in my face. I go, get out of it. He was just not the fun guy, and you don't want to be with him. So
You don't want to be.
you go, why would you marry him?
No, why does that now? Why do you stay married to
Oh,
that?
because-
Slap urine all over
because
you.
I-
That's
Because
disgusting.
I was raised to be miserable.
Oh.
So I was raised to
Explain.
accept misery and lick it up like a dog.
Did you like give him a blowjob when you lived?
So no, I would
Fair
get away, get. And so no, and he, it was always, I don't know why ever I got with him, but oh well. Anyway, yeah. So
Well, it's a good thing you did. Otherwise
well,
you
I wouldn't have
divorced
those.
children.
But I'm sorry, with the whole story was that terrible one. I had really something to tell you.
about having sex then.
Yeah, mostly.
Just like wanting to share that section. Oh, you didn't really have sex, is what you were saying.
Something about my father. We can come back if it comes
Sorry, I'll
back.
come back in.
You said something interesting. You were like, I was kind of born to, or I learned to accept misery or whatever like that.
Well, my parents were extremely miserable together. They were extremely miserable people. And so, you're comfortable with what you're raised with. You honor your parents. If they're miserable, I think, there's a certain amount of people who just honor that. And I thought I would be miserable too. And it was like, my mother was like, I have to stay here because of you children.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I built an apartment in the garage for 3 years live there. So I literally got physically ill from living with John. So
Wow.
I had to find, and also he got real violent up with her older sister. So
Whoa.
the day he knocked the wall in above her head to threaten her, she goes, "We got to get out of here." And that day, I started looking for a trailer. We were out about.
Wow.
You were
Yeah.
very, very brave. I did not realize that you were in that kind of predicament. That sucks.
Well, I mean, I could have left earlier and should have, but because of my brain, because of what I could do, what I thought was right, was all convoluted. So
yeah, because your role models were having sounds like a really negative
Yeah.
relationship.
exactly. So you kind of just
You think that's norm, and you don't know the norm of people can be in a loving relationship.
right,
And
exactly.
I think she's grown so much since then.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I was
Yeah.
like, this does not seem like the person you are today.
And I think Lou's part of that. Like my mom was telling me just recently, because we had a big celebration for Lou. He did 25 years at the Comedy Store playing.
Oh
piano.
yeah, I saw
Wow.
pictures of that. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
and so she was telling me that finally, like he was helping her learn to love her, and that was just really a big moment for her. And so
And that I could actually finally love him, like literally let that go, let him really love someone. And the thing also with me for stand up was a big deal for me too, was when I first walked into a stand up comedy class 23 years ago, I'm not kidding you, I brought 3 large books with me, just 3 giant books, holding under my arm to this class, so that the people in the class would think that I was smart.
Were they their biology books?
Yeah, I didn't even know what they were. They were just the biggest books I could possibly carry.
That is
Oh
adorable.
my God.
And that was like I was so closed in. I had my daughters that I loved. I worked for my parents' carpet business in misery. It was in May, and I was so like, I just thought, well, I didn't get a good life. That didn't happen for me. I'm gonna watch my children have a good life, and that would be enough. And watch my brother have a good life, and that's what my plan was. And then the minute I started stand up, like not the minute, but shortly after, you know, as a stand up, you have to know yourself. To, even if you don't want to know yourself, you have got to figure who you are out. And all these years of stand up, and just because stand up rips you to the core in terms of like how vulnerable, how raw you have to be. It just kind of like made me flush myself out. And then I found that I really didn't hate myself as much as I had thought that I did. And then eventually you come to believe that we're all equal, and you're no worse than anybody, and you're no better. We're all the same. So all of that came from that. And then plus Lou is practiced at being positive. Like he practices it because he also came from almost exactly the same background I have. And a really abusive meth addict first wife, and who constantly abused him, and his parents were very similar to mine. And so we had this, but he had been working on being positive before we met. But anyway, I think
It's a beautiful story. I was
It is.
wondering, that was my first question on my list, was like, how did you get into stand up, and how did you get the balls? Because I know I've always watched shows like I'm Dying Up Here, and I'm wondering how close that is to reality. And it sounds like it's very close.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my favorite shows like that and Crashing. I love
Yeah.
that stuff. But I'm always wondering, like, a woman especially, how hard it is to be, you think of Joan Rivers and people that started as the pioneers. It's so hard to do it. And how you had no support at all. And you did it. It's so amazing.
she's incredible.
That's what came across when I saw you on America's Got Talent.
Let's go. I always felt from the very beginning. Mitzi Shore saw me in La Jolla one night, and I'd been, I started out by bombing for years. I love bombing. I really loved it.
What do you mean you love bombing?
I loved it. I loved the first few years. I bombed all the time, and I just felt so comfortable bombing. Finally, my friends go, "You gotta stop this."
So what is it that you liked about
I don't know. It's just like I just felt comfortable with the feeling of extreme failure over and over again. Like, yes, you don't like it. I mean, and also in the very back of my mind, I thought, if I can really get comfortable enough bombing, then eventually I can keep doing this.
There's only one way up.
Because I felt like I would get so used to failing that I wouldn't care if I failed. And then in a weird way, it actually, I don't think I really thought it out that well. But somebody had once told me you've got to be willing to bomb Argus Hamilton. But then, I did take it to the extreme. But anyway, but after I, sort of stopped bombing, a couple years after that, I used to bring baked goods on Sunday night to the La Jolla Comedy Store for all the staff. I wouldn't get on, but I brought baked goods. I always made her sister call, does Vicki have a spot? No. Does Vicki have a spot? No. I'd make her be my voice.
Wow.
No. I wouldn't hear the no, but Emily didn't mind, so she always heard no. So every Sunday I'd drive up there with baked goods. And one Sunday Mitzi was there, and she goes, you know, corner half. And then they put me on stage, but nobody knew that I'd been working so many nights in different bars and bringing my own microphone in places where there weren't shows. I
Wow.
mean, nobody knew I'd been doing all that at the Comedy Store. And so I went up and I had a really great set because I've been working so hard.
And were you learning, because I was thinking you learn more from your failure than
Yeah,
your success.
exactly.
You learn so much when you fail. You
Yeah,
just
and
learn more.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple more years of kind of making it out. So I had a good 7-8 minutes, 5 minutes probably. And Mitzi, and I came back off the stage and she goes, come here. And she was sitting in the booth at the back and she goes, you're very funny.
Wow.
And I go, thank you. And she goes, okay, go
Wow.
away. Yeah, and then she was going. That's how she was like that. And then she sent somebody to tell me that I was a paid regular. And I had no idea what that
Wow.
was.
You didn't even tell
I didn't even know
yourself.
what it was.
Oh my
This is-
God.
This is very similar to the way they portray it. I'm dying. Did you watch that?
That is written by a guy who, he was a guy who was an LA Times reporter, and he was reporting on the strike. And actually, I've met this guy and talked to him. He did know everything, and it was all at the time really happening. And so for me, I can't really watch a show because it's not Mitzi, and I just get really sad.
Mhm.
But I love that, and I love the book. I love the book so much. It's a great book, and eventually probably I will be able to watch it. But she just died this year, so
Yeah.
you know it's too soon.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to hear you talk about your journey with this, because for most people, I think when it comes to stand-up, you think these are the most depressed, anxious individuals getting on stage, like, and it's like their last resort. Like that, I mean, that's the stigma that I've received as well, and it's amazing that it could, like, a place with that connotation can actually bring you to become happier and more positive.
You know, and also, yeah, I used to go up there on Sunset Boulevard, and I would drive my car up Sunset Boulevard and think, I just left I was in a house then, and I left my children sleeping, and I would, because John was still there then, I was first going to the Comedy Store, and I would pull in, and I go, this little housewife is going to go do stand-up on Sunset Boulevard. This is just so weird. And I thought about it every single time. But honestly, too, I always feel like, I was at the Comedy Store the other night, and I saw a bunch of dark beings walking around. You know, not all of them, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever I'd see a really dark being comic walk around, I would just personally go like this. Just send them a lot of love. I love. I would try to break these guys down, because there is no reason to be so serious in a Comedy Store.
I know.
There is no reason to be like, what are you doing here? Why aren't you somewhere else?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be like that right here.
Yeah,
And so I just try to send a lot of love.
Yeah, it's very sweet. And the whole time the audience just wants to experience that pleasure. They come for pleasure.
Right.
They don't want to come to see someone die, like really killing themselves.
Yes, when you're on stage, like, I'm just going off of the AGT performances, I really wanted to like you, especially because I would lead it to you because I'm roughly the same age, you're a little bit younger than me, but like you just have.
I'm younger than you?
Oh yeah, you're younger.
Fudge! You're so, let's go, Lily.
I'm pretty sure you're younger than
Yeah.
me, but anyway.
I doubt it. I
I
hope
don't
not.
know, you're definitely younger than I am.
I'm sexy.
Oh,
You're sexy?
Uh-huh.
I'm sexy in 3 weeks.
So thank God. That was bad enough. Look at her. But you know, it's just for
We
your
gotta
family.
use the
I come from a
sexy
long line
word.
of reptiles.
Sexy.
Yeah.
I
You're
got
gonna
all
be
that.
sexy once. Yeah. Well, it's already on TV, so.
Hey,
You can take it too.
to sexiness. Sexiness.
What are you doing on your 60th?
I'm gonna go out with you.
I'll be there. But really, seriously, what day?
24th of September.
I should be free by then.
It's a Tuesday
Yeah.
night.
What are we doing?
I don't know, but I can't think of a better person to hang out with.
It would be
You
fun.
know
Mom.
what? I think that's a Tuesday night. Guess what? Guess who's not booked on the Tuesday?
Oh
I
boy.
booked on the
We have a
Wednesday and
date.
the Thursday.
I have a friend.
oh
Yeah.
telling you.
Since I've been out here, I have
Here's what we
one
do.
other friend, and that's it.
Here's what we do. This is the best thing ever. We go to a wig store. I did this with my cousin's 60th in Las Vegas. We do it anywhere. We go to a wig store. We buy gigantic platinum blonde drag queen wigs.
I'm there.
And then we go anywhere from there.
Oh my
This
God.
is gonna be so
Oh, it's
great.
so much
What
fun.
an image.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should bring these two.
Yeah, we should.
You guys
Okay.
should.
She's the 20, she's got work. It's hard for her to go to school night.
Oh,
Tuesday.
well, work night.
If you
It's
get out.
like,
School, I still say school night.
We'll figure it
We'll
out.
go early.
We're
Go
doing
early.
this. We are doing this.
Yeah, and your
we're
boyfriend could come. Lou could come. And they
Yeah.
could just accompany us around.
Oh, they would have a
Yeah.
class together.
Uh, we're coming
I
up on
have
our
tickets to the
time.
Magic Castle. Somebody gave me.
Maybe we should do that.
Would you like to?
Yeah,
We could do
sure.
that.
Okay.
I'll get
So,
the wig.
Wait, Cam knows. I am so in need of friends here.
Okay,
I
we'll
have
get the.
tons
We're
of
gonna
friends
do
in Chicago, but I moved
if
here
you,
a couple
unless
years
you think of something better.
We're doing the wig.
Tuesday,
she's a
that way
great
we're getting the
friend.
gigantic platinum blonde wig. That'll be my gift to you.
oh, this is the
I need a new one
cutest thing in the
anyway.
world.
I need a one
I feel like it's amazing.
I love this.
We just set our moms up. We hooked
We're,
them up.
we're having a cis romance.
You know, my
Romance.
brother took me to Ireland. Like dream.
I didn't, oh, my brother didn't take me anywhere.
I laid into him so bad. I go, I'm so really happy about her.
Yeah.
I would like to go make it with some
Yeah.
guys in Ireland, and I did.
You made out with guys in
Yeah,
Ireland?
Lou said I could. I did.
She got the gold
Two.
pass.
What they did?
Two, yes.
Two.
Well, just kisses.
She
Just
was
kisses.
dancing
And
in an Irish
dancing.
bar.
Yeah.
You did the Irish jig?
Oh yeah, I pretended that I was an Irish dance teacher in America. I've never even done one Irish dance. I got a whole bunch of Spanish guys up on the floor for like an hour and a half. They
Oh
totally-
my God.
oh yeah, a guy in Killarney danced with me all night and then kissed me 2 or 3 times in public. And this other guy in public. Yeah.
PDA and PDA, the Irish pub.
It was great.
Oh, so you got through it. When was this? What
This is
month?
November.
Last November?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're doing
It's
this.
gonna be fun. Look at the way.
Let me tell you who else just turned. I think on the 18th of August, Madonna just turned 60.
Oh wow, this is a good year.
Wait,
Do you think she'd come?
You're invited.
She's one of your.
She's
She's one of our regular
Invited.
listeners.
She's somebody calling you right away.
November, Ellen is turning 60.
Oh my gosh.
We're in
sick.
that company.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Jim McDowell.
we have to wrap it up.
Sorry.
Okay.
So, can we? Where do people find your stuff besides America's
No,
Got
no, no,
Talent?
we have to ask them. Well, we always ask.
Okay, we'll ask that
Yeah.
afterwards.
Have you ever walked in on a parent having sex or vice versa?
I don't think so. I don't think I've watched on you.
I've never watched.
Because we did live together for like 6 months, like the two couples when we first moved to Oceanside.
Oh wow,
So I can't believe there was no.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
In a trailer.
Well,
Yeah,
we've moved up to it. A whole different level of charm.
You know, they work nights though, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
we would,
Rock it out.
we,
the
Yeah.
other
we'd
day.
rock
Oh,
it to,
yeah.
We went into those bathrooms and rocked it out.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, so it worked out.
So that's
No, have you? But Vicky, have you walked in on your parents, and then they walked in on you?
No. No.
No. The face. No.
But that small Hispanic family walked on me, so
Oh,
they
yeah.
can
Sorry.
take yours. They
That's
can
right.
take your pass.
So in that now, where can people find you? You're writing this book.
Yeah. Trailer Park Trophy Wife, and I'm just trying to get an agent right now, and for that book. But I'm on on Vicki Barbel at comedy.com. Don't take very good care. For me right now, I list everything on my Facebook fan page, Vicki Barbel,
Her Instagram too.
and Instagram.
Vicki Barbel.
We list all my events there.
Twitter, she's really active
Twitter,
on Twitter.
very active on
Yeah,
Twitter.
you guys gotta check it out. She's hilarious. Lily, do you have anything?
And
you'd
both
like
of
to
her on
plug?
America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Vote, vote,
Yes.
vote.
Vote.
She
Hear that, YouTubers?
We're allowed to say
Vote.
she's going to be on September 11th.
That's
Lovely.
right.
For the
Insert the bomb joke here.
I know.
Are
Some
you gonna?
people-
Can you say?
No, God, no. There's too many people that died. I couldn't.
Oh,
I-
God.
Never, never,
That's
never,
such
never.
a good
I know,
joke.
I know.
Pam,
There's one good. Can I tell? Do I have time for one good 9/11 joke?
Yes.
My friend Fred had really bad spinal bifida. He was my comedy mentor, Fred Burns. He passed away, but he used to manage a comedy store. He was my favorite comic ever loved. Terrible spinal bifida, incredibly crippled body. He could do anything. After 9/11, like just 2 months after, he goes, it's horrible. I had to go to New York and stand for myself. It was awful. After about 2 hours, I'd take my metal detector and go home.
Oh gosh,
That is
it
awesome.
hurts.
That's so
Oh,
good.
He actually said that.
Oh, thank you.
That's really good.
Oh no.
He said it better than that.
That's awesome. Lily, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
No, I'm just a biostatistician.
Well, then you cancer medications you'd
Yeah,
like people to know about?
Oh, most of my stuff's confidential, actually. I'm not.
Yeah.
I can get a lot of trouble from all the people that have make a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm Lily Grossana on Instagram, but I'm not famous.
But she's
Well,
pretty
she
awesome.
can be.
Very damn funny. I
Yeah,
know.
she is.
Well,
we might have to take this on the road, the
Yeah,
four of us.
that's
Like
right.
a mother, son,
Yeah.
mother, daughter
Yes.
road trip.
thank you guys so much for coming
Yeah.
out.
Thanks for
So
having us. It was so
fun.
much fun.
This is so great.
You guys rock.
You guys rock.
No, you guys were.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Anything on YouTube here that we need to answer? It looks like we got about 3 people in.
Karen, I'm taking your soda because you didn't.
Yeah, go for it. Hey, Karen, I don't ask pervy questions.
Oh, that's very nice of that.
Why do we have to be miserable during a marriage? But we covered that. So thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, bye.
See you.
Yeah. Seriously, Karen, if you